I'm James Spann. This is the Weather Xtreme video for Wednesday, the 1st of September. Hey, just sounds cooler saying that word, doesn't it? The beginning of meteorological fall today. That's exciting. Let's go to some of the sky cam shots around the network this morning. First off, from Clanton in Chilton County. Feels pretty good out there this morning. A lot of folks are down in the middle 60s. Up north, there's a look at Memorial Parkway in Huntsville. And from the Birmingham Metro, that's the Inverness Sky Cam up on top of the Wingate Inn overlooking Highway 280. Things are nice and quiet. Water vapor satellite shot. The ridge is building in from the east. Trough to the northwest of here. And you can see the outflow of Earl on the far right-hand part of that scene. Yeah, it does feel pretty good. Look at Coleman and Haleyville. They're in the low and mid-60s up there. Birmingham at 68, the warm spot Tuscaloosa at 70 degrees. Convective outlook today, slight risk over the nation's heartland, pretty much the same thing tomorrow. Here's the QPF chart, rain for the next 5 days, really showing nothing here. This is valid through Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. Nothing here. Good rains from near Tulsa up to Detroit, and of course heavy rain just on the Atlantic coast with Earl, on the immediate coast. And the tropics are the topic. 1, 2, 3, 4 to look at out there. We got Earl, Fiona, which should be Gaston in that 50% circle, and the new one out there just coming off the coast of Africa. And after G comes Hermine this year, then Igor, Julia, Carl, and Lisa. And as we always say, we don't name them, we just forecast them. Now, there's Earl. Looks like a little dry air getting in the circulation there on the south and east side. Earl is just skirting by the Bahamas. Not much change, modeling in pretty good agreement. We note one wants to try and bring it inland, but most of them keep it just offshore. No major change there. There's a look at the intensity scheme. Earl should be peaking in intensity. In fact, it's down to a Category 3 with the winds at 125 miles an hour. Just maybe it's peaked in strength. Whatever, it still should be a Category 3 when it sideswipes the coast. There's the official track. 2 a.m. Friday is when it skirts by the Outer Banks within maybe 100 miles. And then just after midnight, Friday night is when it skirts by Cape Cod. And then it moves up into Nova Scotia on Saturday. All right, Fiona is the immediate one behind Earl, out there about 60 west, and then you got the storm that should be Gaston about 35 west. Quite frankly, Gaston looks much more impressive than Fiona here. There's a look at the modeling on Fiona. All the models turn this, well, I say not all of them. Most of them recurve it well before getting close to the United States. Intensity, Fiona kind of stays a tropical storm generally, and many models dissipate this in 5 days. And the Hurricane Center turns it to the north and weakens it into a tropical depression just after midnight Saturday night, little to the west of Bermuda. And again, this is fighting dry air, upwelling, a lot of issues with Fiona. It will not be a major system like Earl. Gaston, hey, look at the no gaps. You got to love this. The no gaps has this thing, whoop, makes a U-turn and goes back to Africa. All right. The other models bring it steadily to the west-northwest. The intensity guidance ramps it on up to a tropical storm. One brings it to a hurricane strength in 5 days. And we'll keep an eye on that. And again, behind what should be Gaston, we see 2 more waves, one coming off the coast of Africa now, another one back over the continent. So the wave train keeps on rolling along. Let's look at the GFS. This is the OZ run, valid at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And again, you can see the westerlies are north of us. Winds aloft here, light and variable. There's Earl, east of the Bahamas. Tomorrow, Earl is moving to the northwest. And again, it's nervous. All the models are great. But, hey, when you're sitting there on the coast and you see that thing coming at you, you know it's going to make the turn. You just don't know when. You'll breathe that big sigh of relief when it does make the turn. Friday, nice shortwave over the Great Lakes. That's the one that should push Earl on out. There's the surface chart Friday afternoon. Earl is just off the Atlantic coast. And by the way, let's go back to Thursday night. Here's a closer look at Thursday night at 1, or Friday morning at 1 a.m. Early Friday morning, pre-dawn hours. And again, the GFS depicts Earl within 150 miles of the Outer Banks at that point. And again, there's Friday at midday. Here comes a cold front to the northwest, and that comes through, and it might kick off a shower or two, but it certainly looks like it won't be a big deal. We'll mention isolated showers or storms Friday afternoon or Friday evening. Don't think it amounts to much. And Saturday, a nice surge of continental air sits in here. The weekend looks really, really nice. The guidance numbers have been consistently coming down. The latest run has highs in the mid-80s. Saturday and Sunday, and lows in the upper 50s by early Sunday morning. There's a look at Sunday. So we're going to dip that low down to 58 or 59 in the forecast, and Monday morning should be cool as well with upper 50s, but we start to warm up Monday afternoon up there close to 90. And there's Tuesday of next week, and the 594 ridge shows. That means it's going to be pretty hot in the afternoon. And I warn you, it can be pretty hot in September. We all know that, but that looks like low 90s, and then a week from today, we stay dry. So as you can see, our weather looks very benign for the next 7 days. End of the forecast, September 16th. We're one of these days, we're going to see that big, deep trough over the east, and it's going to drive down that polar air and get us down in the 40s, but not on this run. In fact, that looks kind of soupy and warm and muggy and tropical there on this look. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog, the next video by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.